Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we're going to talk about Season of Discovery, and more specifically we're going to talk about all of the things you can do at max level on Season of Discovery. And the max level is 25, which is pretty achievable for Classic WoW. But before we jump into everything you can do at max level, just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream Season of Discovery, Dragonflight, Dragonflight PTR, any sort of World of Warcraft, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. Alright, so yes, Season of Discovery is here, and it's been a really good time. It's been out for just over a week now. I've been playing it quite a lot on stream and off stream and just having a really fun time in kind of a classic WoW-esque modified world. It's been really, really nice, kind of a classic plus, I guess, if you were. But yes, level 25 is the max level of Season of Discovery, and because this has not been the max level before, it's kind of a little bit interesting on what you can and can't do at level 25. So really, I made this video for myself because I got to 25 and I was like, what do we do now? We play the game. So yes, this is 10 things you could do at level 25 in Season of Discovery. So let's begin with the first one, and that is finding runes. Yes, runes are a new system in Season of Discovery, which enhance your character. These are found all around the world, and each class has a bunch of unique runes, which have some really interesting unlocks. Some of these require groups, some of them you can do on your own, some of them you just kind of stumble upon while leveling. The rune system is really fun, and yeah, as a hunter, I've collected 10 out of 12 runes so far, so that's been really good to do. You can do this on your own. Obviously, you can find guides on fan sites like Wowhead, Icy Veins, things like that, of course. But yeah, if you just want to go out and find runes, that is definitely pretty much the number one thing you want to do at level 25, just to get ones that you think will suit your character the best while doing the other activities. Speaking of other activities, the other thing you can do is farm pre-raid and best in slot gear. So, of course, you're going to get some pre-raid gear. So pre-raid is going to be the best gear you can wear without going into the raid, which we'll talk about in a minute. But essentially, this is going to come from dungeons and quests and things like that. You can look this up online. Just type in your class or spec and then BIS list, and it'll come up with a list of items which you can go out and try and find, which I found really fun to do. You don't have to do it. Obviously, the changes are pretty, minor at level 25, but if you want to do that as an activity, you definitely can do that. I want to recommend the add-on Atlas Loot for this as well. I really, really like it for making BIS lists. You can just right-click the icon on the mini-map, and this brings up a list feature. You can actually create lists through this. So if you get the item IDs of your BIS, you can just kind of throw those in, and it actually adds it to the tooltip, saying whether an item is an item that you added to that list. So I really like that feature a lot, and I tweeted out about it, and everyone was like, what's this add-on? So yeah, it's Atlas Loot. It's just a feature of Atlas Loot. So yes, farming pre-raid best in slot, and of course, best in slot is another thing you could do at level 25. Another thing you could do is, of course, farm gold. So if you want to go out and farm gold, this is probably going to be the best time for it. The next phase of Season of Discovery is going to be level 40, so yeah, you're going to want some gold for your mount. This can be done by a variety of different ways. Of course, you can work the auction house, you can go out farming, you can use your professions, and one of the main things people are doing right now is completing max level quests. Now, when I say max level, these are level 25 quests, but they are rewarding to 2 gold for completing these quests. Now, obviously, you need to find a balance here, because if you go out and complete all of these quests, you won't have any quests for the next section of leveling. However, you can just jump into dungeons or grind it if you want to. So yeah, probably right now, the best way to gain gold is going to be doing those max level quests, or find a really good thing to buy and sell on the auction house to make a ton of gold. But yeah, making gold is definitely going to be one thing you're going to want to be doing at level 25. Another thing, of course, you can do at level 25 is farm dungeons. There are a variety of different dungeons which are going to be available for you at level 25, starting from level 17. So you have the Wailing Caverns, you have the Dead Mines, you have Shadowfang Keep, the Stockades, and if you really want to push it, you can do Razorfen Crawl, which is going to be kind of your highest dungeon. You can do a lot of the gear in there, probably won't be good for you though, but yeah, you can jump into there. Of course, these dungeons do vary in difficulty, being level 25, but all of the listed dungeons do give you some gear which is going to be on your BIS list for sure. So as a level 25, I've been running Dead Mines a lot. A lot of the NPCs are grey in there, but it's got some good stuff. So yeah, it's been kind of interesting. So there's a few dungeons you can definitely do at max level. And of course, I've mentioned it a few times now, the raid. So Season of Discovery brings in a custom raid. This is actually replacing the Blackfathom Deeps dungeon and has turned it into a 10-man raid. This drops a bunch of new custom gear at level 25, and of course you could do this with a guild group or a pug or whatever, but yes, this is something you can do. Of course, you're going to need a bit of pre-raid BIS for this, as it is a 10-man raid with all the different kind of raid mechanics and things you'd expect from a vanilla WoW raid. But yes, Blackfathom Deeps is a custom level 25 raid in Season of Discovery. Another thing you could do at level 25 is PvP. So right now on Season of Discovery, the highest rank you can reach in PvP is rank 3, which is actually pretty achievable. The only battleground available as well is Warson Gulch. So if you just exclusively want to do battlegrounds, the only one you can do is Warson right now. However, moving into the next big thing and the next custom thing in Season of Discovery, the Battle for Ashenvale. So this is a new world PvP zone. They have converted Ashenvale into a world PvP zone. You can still go there and do your regular quests. That's not an issue. But yeah, every now and then there will be a world PvP event happening. Now, the way that this battle begins is that there are percentages on the top of the screen. Once those percentages get to 100%, the battle will begin. To increase that percentage, all players have to do is kill creatures and players in the area, and then it'll eventually fill up. It fills up kind of quick. It's pretty much like every hour or so, this battle will happen. So once the battle begins, you'll notice that there are a couple bases now on the map for the Horde and the Alliance. The goal here for the Horde and Alliance is to kill the 3 lieutenants. Once those 3 lieutenants are killed, you have to kill the boss, and that will be the end of the battle. This is a really interesting event which has been changing quite a lot over the last couple days, so probably me describing it now could be completely different to how it is in a couple weeks. But as of right now, it's killing the lieutenants. Once you've done that, you kill the boss, and then that is the end of the battle. Doing this event will give you reputation for the Silverwing Sentinels for the Alliance and the Warson Outriders for the Horde. These are the Warson Gulch reputations, so if you don't want to do this, you can just do Warson if you want to get rep. But there are some new rewards which have been added for Season of Discovery. So at Friendly, you will actually get an exclusive mount. So for the Alliance, it's the Trainee Sentinel's Nightsaber, and for the Horde, it is the Trainee's Outrider Wolf. These are 50% speed mounts which are only available in Ashenvale. So yeah, once you get to Friendly reputation, you can purchase these mounts for 10 gold. Also at Friendly, you will get access to a helm for your armor type and a trinket, and then if you make it all the way up to Honored, you will get a neck piece as well, which are kind of rare at level 25. Essentially, this is a reputation farm for the Warson reputations. You get quite a lot from killing the bosses, so yeah, it goes up quite quickly, and it is a lot of fun once you get into those big PvP battles, but for the most part, it is just a boss zerg, and then kind of rushing around the zone, but it is good fun, and it's nice to see something custom coming in for Season of Discovery. Speaking of reputations, one thing you can do at level 25 is max out reputations. Now, with the cities, if you max these out, they will actually give you access to the mounts at level 40, so if you're a dwarf and you want to get access to the Nightsaber mounts at level 40, you can max out your Darnassus rep, and that'll give you access to the vendor at level 40. Not really necessary, but if you want to do that, you can. However, there are some new reputations in Season of Discovery. So there's 2 new reputations, one for the Alliance and one for the Horde. So for the Alliance, you have the Azeroth Commerce Authority, and the Horde, you have the Durotar Supply and Logistics. Now, these are the same reputation, essentially, with the same way of leveling them up. So while playing out in the world, you'll see these random boxes dropping from NPCs. Now, once you obtain these boxes, you want to go to a main city and hand them into a new NPC, which is normally located near the auction house. Doing so will give you reputation with your respective faction, and this is a very slow grind, but yeah, that's how you're going to do it. Annoyingly, you can't hold more than one of these boxes at a time, which is annoying, but you can fill them with the item required, which will give you even more reputation. So some of them will have, like, I don't know, make some leatherworking items, and you can fill that, and that will give you more rep with this faction. Now, the reason you want to do this is because at Friendly, you'll get a 10-slot bag and access to some new green level 25 gear, and then at Honored, you'll have a exclusive rune for your class. So very important if one of your BIS runes is through this. But yeah, the grind is a little bit monotonous, but if you want to do that, that's definitely an option for you at max level. Another thing definitely worth doing at level 25 are professions. So of course, professions are available in Vanilla WoW. You have gathering professions, crafting professions, and secondary professions. It is definitely worth maxing those out at level 25. The current max is 150 skills, so it's really not too bad at all. A lot of your BIS items will come from crafting if that's something you want to do, and of course you can make gold through gathering professions, and of course having first aid and cooking and stuff will always help your character out. So professions are definitely one thing you should probably focus on as soon as you hit 25 if you haven't been doing it already while leveling. And finally, this is a little fun one that I ended up doing just because it was fun and exciting and a little bit scary as well. You could go out and get flight paths. Now, obviously, we are now in a very unique position where we're capped at level 25, but we know we're going to 40, we know we're going to 50, and we know we're eventually going to level 60. Now, this is a really good time to go out there and grab those flight paths. Now, places like Eastern Plaguelands and Western Plaguelands and Stranglethorn and things are a little bit dangerous, but that's kind of half the fun. You can obviously spirit res and kind of run around all the NPCs or run away away from the NPCs in some cases. But yes, if you really want to go out and explore the world in Season of Discovery, you can go to all of these max level zones and grab the flight paths which are available. This is going to help you a ton when they increase the level cap in the next phases. So yeah, that's it. That is all the things I could think of that you can do at level 25 in Season of Discovery. Let me know down below if you have any suggestions of what to do at 25, but I think we pretty much covered kind of the main things you can do here. It is a lot of fun. I've been having so much fun of it on stream and just with the community and you guys. It's just been, yeah, it's been an absolute blast. So yeah, guys, thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please do leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you want to support me outside of YouTube, I'm also on Patreon and I'm on Twitter at MrGMYT, and I have a partner Discord channel as well. And as mentioned, I am streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. At the moment, we've been streaming a lot of Season of Discovery, but of course, we're streaming Dragonflight PTR, anything World of Warcraft really over on the stream. So if you want to check me out, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.